What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another Tottenham update. A few bits and pieces to get through today, and let's start off with Fernando Polo, who apparently is a tier 1 source, and he says Tottenham are the latest club that have approached Ousmane Dembele with a lot of money and promising him to be a key player in the future project at the club. Followed on from Sport, who say Tottenham have now met with Ousmane Dembele's agents. Barcelona are aware of this, with the forward set to leave the Spanish club at the end of the season. And Mundo Deportivo say that Tottenham are very interested in signing Ousmane Dembele as a free agent in the summer. Spurs have made the winger a very attractive proposition, which is tempting him. How do you feel about the Dembele links?
Well, Lamella's gone now, so the physios need something to do, don't they? No, I'm joking. Look, obviously, unbelievably talented player. I'm a massive fan of Ousmane Dembele. Again, the problem for him is keeping himself fit. I think the past 3 seasons, 2 of them, he's like played under 10 games or something. He's really had serious injury problems. I think one of them he played quite a few, but the other 2 seasons he's really struggled for game time. So it's all about whether he can stay on the pitch. But if he does, look, he's still young, to be fair, 22, 23. Like he's still got time on his side.
24.
Is he 24 now?
Yeah.
Well, he's getting on a bit then, but not on a bit, but you know what I mean. He's still pretty young. So if we believe if he passes a medical and we believe we can keep him fit, we got an unbelievably talented player there.
Yeah,
definitely welcome as part of our squad. But obviously he's on big. If he came on a free, he'll be on massive wages. I'm assuming, because I'm sure Barcelona pay him. They paid 100 million for him, didn't they? So he must be on like 150, 200 grand a week or something like that. But for sure, if he's willing to come to Tottenham, I would seriously consider it. It wouldn't be my first choice just because of his injury record, but he's definitely he's definitely an option where it might be a thing where it could be too good to turn down, even with his injury record, but only because he's on a free transfer.
Well, I'm just looking at the stats for Barcelona now. He joined in 17-18 season, played 17 games, scored 3 goals, 3 assists. It's just La Liga, by the way. In 18-19, played 29 games, got 8 goals. 19-20 only managed to make 5 appearances. The year after that, made 30 appearances in the league with 6 goals. And then this season, he's only played 1 game so far.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the injury problems are very evident with him. I mean, he keeps getting these recurring injuries, which is a worry. But look, there's no doubting the guy's talent at all. The guy's an absolutely sensational talent, but it's just a case of if you can get him on the pitch enough. And I was hearing as well David Harris talking. I'm not sure how true it is or whatever, but if they're saying that he's got a bit of an attitude problem at Barcelona and he had it at Dortmund as well.
That I don't know about. I can't attest to that. But all I know is it's all about, look. It's all about if he can pass a medical. I guess if he can pass a medical, and the physios or medical staff are convinced that this guy, we can get him fit and consistently on the pitch, I would go for it. Yeah, personally. But it's a big question.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, the guy's talent is undeniable, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's completely undeniable. So if we could get him maybe on a Bosman ruling, then I think it could be a really good option. But it's all about if we can get him on the pitch enough. But let's move on. Calcio Mercato are talking, and they say Tottenham could scare Roma with a January offer for Nicolo Zaniolo. The Italian club and the midfielder's representative have stalled in talks regarding a new contract at Roma.
Another very good player who has had recent injury problems, but he's been playing pretty consistently for Roma, I believe, this season. So he's another player who's unbelievably talented. He's got unbelievable dribbling ability, can play in a multiple amount of positions as well. So, I mean, 100%. If he's available and he's at a decent price and he's willing to come, I'd probably go for it. I think he can fill in a number of positions. I reckon Conte would really like him as well. He can play probably in the 2 number 10s, number 10 positions. So, I mean, do I see this one as more than paper talk? I don't, but I'd be very much open to bringing someone like Zaniolo in.
Yeah, I mean, last season he had that horrific injury, didn't he? Didn't play at all last season. This season he's got 14 appearances under his belt. Prior to that, he was making 27, 26 appearances. I mean, again, the guy's talent is also undeniable, but he's also got his own injury problems to worry about as well. And I believe he's clashed with Jose Mourinho at times this season as well.
Who doesn't clash with Jose Mourinho?
Harry Kane. But that, Nicolo Zaniolo. Let's move on again from Calcio Mercato, and they say Tottenham have opened preliminary talks to sign Juventus forward Dejan Kulusevski, but only with a loan with an option to buy. I mean, if Juventus agree to that, I think that probably suits all parties, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Levy loves a try before you buy. If it was up to Levy, he'd do every deal with a try before you buy. That's what he would do. But yeah, I mean, again, another player who's versatile. And could definitely be a massive asset. And if he's willing to come on loan with an option to buy and see how he does for 6 months, that'd be fantastic. But whether there's actually who's reporting that?
Calcio Mercato.
Yeah, so they report everything, don't they? So.
Literally everything under the sun.
So who knows?
I think Calcio Mercato have probably linked us to like every single Serie A
yeah,
player.
exactly. We're not be linked to you exactly.
And this is the last one from Calcio Mercato I got, and they say Antonio Conte's Tottenham are front runners in the hunt for Norwich defender Max Aarons, with Everton and Roma also circling around for him as well.
I was actually pretty impressed with him yesterday. I thought he played pretty well, Aarons, despite the fact that Session a couple of times got the better of him. I actually thought he did quite well, considering. I've always been a pretty big fan of Aarons. I think he's a good right back, and if we brought him in to compete with Emerson, that'll be brilliant, I think. So as much as Doherty had a good cameo, I still think we need upgrading on a backup there. So for sure, I would, if Dill was right, I'd look to bring him in. Yeah, definitely. And with Norwich probably going down this season, it's an opportunity, isn't it? It's an opportunity. Last time.
We said that last time, but he's that bit older now, and he'll probably want to knuckle down a Premier League club.
I think Conte could do a lot with him, I reckon.
I agree. All right, let's move on and let's talk about Hugo Lloris now. There's a few different updates on him. First of all, with The Athletic saying there is now quiet confidence that Hugo Lloris will sign a new contract with Spurs. Talks with the club and his representatives are expected to intensify in the coming weeks. David Ornstein says Hugo Lloris is in talks with Tottenham over a new deal after considering a move to Roma in the summer. And Ali Gold says Spurs are understood to be hopeful, though, that the Conte effect will convince Hugo Lloris to remain at Spurs beyond next summer. So music to all our ears in terms of Hugo Lloris. Interesting that he was considering to join Jose Mourinho at Roma in the summer.
Yeah, that sounds like, I mean, is that real? Because they just signed Patricio.
Maybe before they signed Patricio.
But he signed for them now, so
yeah. Well, I'm talking about last summer. It was interesting that they had an offer for Hugo Lloris, and he was talking about going there or thinking about going there.
It wouldn't have been a terrible move for him, I guess. Roma at that stage of his career, but as we've said before, we want him nailed down. I think we want him for another couple of years because I think there's no better option out there, and I think he's still performing at a really high level. Yeah, you get his flaws like his play from the back and stuff, but I think he's a world-class goalkeeper. I really believe that, and I think it's great news if he signs on for another 2 years, and also gives us a bit more time to really concentrate on getting a replacement in for him.
I completely agree with that for sure. I mean, we just can't. There's just no chance of us signing a better goalkeeper than Hugo Lloris right now. There just isn't. So that is the situation with Hugo, and really hope that this contract, well, it seems as though it will happen now. I mean, there's enough noises from enough reliable sources, Ali Gold, David Ornstein and The Athletic. So,
and we've got to remember as well, he's captain, so he's a big influence in the dressing room. So you want to keep that influence around, I think.
Definitely. And the last one, also from The Athletic, saying Brighton will have 8 players missing against Tottenham on Sunday, which will be Dunk, Duffy, Webster, Sarmiento, Lallana, Welbeck, Trossard and Alzate. I mean, Dunk, Duffy and Webster, that's their whole back three.
Yeah, that's pretty worrying for them. Maybe that's why they've been moving to a back four. They just don't have them defenders to play a back three anymore. But the thing is with Brighton, yeah, they'll have players missing, but because they're the way they play is very like philosophy based. It's not based on individual quality. They're always going to be a tough game. So it's always going to be difficult because they've just got a set way of playing. So it doesn't matter who plays. It's always like you can very much see a Graham Potter side compared to say like when you play under Mourinho, he's not very philosophy based, very much plays with what he has kind of thing. Yeah. So like if Kane is missing, then it's like all of a sudden it's a big deal. So I do think it will hurt them for sure, because obviously you want the best quality players for that system, but they'll still have that system in place. So as much as it's an advantage to us, it doesn't mean it's all of a sudden going to be an easy game.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, yes, it's not going to be an easy game as such, but Brighton themselves not on the greatest form in terms of results. They are kind of saved themselves Neil Maupay in the last couple of games in the last minute, but it moves a step forward to increasing our chances of victory, doesn't it?
Of course it does. It does that. Trossard's obviously a big player for them as well. He's of the way he plays up front, but they'll have players to come in and they'll provide a stern test.
What other defenders they have? They've got Joel Veltman,
Dan Burn.
I
don't know off the top of my head who do Brighton have at the back. Are they all confirmed to be definitely out?
Well, that's what the Athletics say, that they will have 8 players missing. So they're not saying it's a maybe.
They've still got Lamptey.
Yeah.
Lamptey, Cucurella. So
those are wing backs. Yeah.
And then they got Veltman, who says he's a doubt. Dan Burn and whoever this Roberts guy is.
Right.
So Hayden Roberts, which that's not like Burn and Veltman, they're not terrible.
Yeah, but Dunk, Duffy and Webster will be massive misses for them. They really will. But look, that is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comments section below if you have any thoughts regarding any of the news stories we brought to you today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.